welcome! My name is Michael, I'm the DAG Gamer, and welcome to DAG versus The Walking Dead, the game in which we play the AMC's The Walking Dead RPG, and we play myself as me, trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world based on the same world as the Walking Dead. I couldn't help but notice that we have a wonderful group of people here from over on Paizo Official, so welcome in if you're unfamiliar with who I am. This is me. This is what I look like. I am a TTRPG streamer from Perth, Western Australia, and I specialize in Pathfinder. I play a lot of Pathfinder 1st Edition, 2nd Edition, Starfinder, a whole bunch of cool stuff. And you've literally caught me on the one day I don't do Paizo stuff, so welcome. If you do feel so obliged, please don't hesitate to give us a follow and come check out all of our other really cool streams. I'm very proud of them, and you know, I am very big on my Paizo wagon, so much so that I actually won the Crit Awards for Best Paizo GM of 2023. So if you want to check my stuff out, yeah, come check it out. It's all cool. With that being said, I use all of my GMing practices for any game that I'm in, and this game is no different. So for those of you who don't know what the Walking Dead RPG is, it is a TTRPG by the folks in Free League Publishing, same guys that made Forbidden Lands, the Aliens RPGs, and so many others, and it uses their D6 system, which is basically like, as you can see over on my character sheet, whatever number your stats are, they refer to the number of D6s you roll, and 6s are successes, and ones are, well, ones are ones. You know, that's kind of how it is. So yeah, that's how we go. We'll explain more about the rules as we get into it, but before we get started, let's take a quick moment to thank the people that brought us here. Thank you, of course, to our delightful sponsors that help us actually make this show possible and bring it to you guys in the Twitch-verse as well as on YouTube. That is, of course, none other than our dear friends over at Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you'll see throughout the stream, including, of course, not only myself, you can see me up the back there, but also, as you can now see, we have minis for our 2 companion canine friends. We have, of course, Chief, the Australian Shepherd, who is over here. And we have recently acquired Marcus, who is a former police dog who is now also one of my companions. So with these 2 companions, I'm now super chuffed and very happy to get going. Descriptivitis, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today. Hope you enjoy yourself. Schoolie already beating me to it, telling everyone about all of the rewards, but we'll come to that in just a moment. As well as donating for the secret menu item. Absolutely bloody brilliant, and yes, we have already talked about that in private chat, so that will be included into today's game. Yes, there are puppers. DAG already has the details. I'm sure it'll involve the chat when the time comes. Yes, we will be involving chat as always. Now, as we get started, let's of course break down how we do this. So first of all, if this is your first time on the DAG Gamer channel, I am very chat interactive. Chat has a lot of power over my tables, including of course over the drama, the excitement, and all of that cool stuff. So I want to make sure that you guys know that you can chat at any point in time, and yes, you will be read, and yes, some of your ideas will of course end up on stream. So don't hesitate, you know, be free. Starting, of course, with channel points. Unfortunately, this show doesn't utilize our channel points. Only our Pathfinder ones do. So, as much as we do like to give you the opportunity to use channel points, today is all about earning them. So you earn channel points here on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel for any of our shows. Subscribers earn at double points. If you, however, are a generous and kind soul and wish to donate to help DAG pay his rent and eat solid food, there are a number of donations that you can use to influence today's game. By typing in !TWD, you can see the rewards right there. For $5, you will allow me to re-roll a failed D6. For $15, you get to design a walker of your choice. This can be an emotionally scarring walker for me. This could be a powerful variant, such as the large, long-limbed ones we dealt with, or even the bat creature we dealt with. For $30, you can either treat me to a scavenge in which you create an item that I will then get, and then I will roll on some random tables to get some other scroungy things, or you can make things more difficult for me by summoning more creatures and increasing the threat level of our danger. Right now we're at danger level 2, which means there are walkers around, but they don't know where I am yet. We will be dealing with that as we, of course, go. Let me just pull this up real quick. It is this one here. There are the threat levels right there for you. So yeah, you can increase the threat level with a $30 donation. For $50, you create and design an encounter. This can be a single one-shot encounter, or it can be the seed to a longer quest. The last $50 donation was I got an SOS from a pilot who had gone down, and now I'm on this whole quest to get a pilot for another airship to evacuate. So these things are quite good. And lastly, for the $100 big dollary-do secret menu item / the $100 donation, you can either summon a swarm of walkers wherever I happen to be, whatever I happen to be doing. We immediately go to threat level 6, and I am swarmed by walkers. Now, it doesn't mean game over. It does mean that things get a lot harder, and possibly, well, most likely the failure of whatever objective I'm doing. Or you can create an NPC. We do have a number of NPCs that have been donated by the chat, such as Powers, our gym trainer from America, Maya, who is a missing pilot. We still haven't found Maya. Maya is somewhere around. Oh, no, Maya was the, Maya was the missing pilot. Then we have Anna, the gothic lady of the night, who we rescued from a library. We have Tanya, the office worker, who we saved from a university office. And Rose, a herbologist and botanist, who kind of went a bit rogue and dark. And, we made friends with her, but she's currently staying with the students at the university. But she was really cool. Yeah, so we have lots of, cool NPCs. All right. I think that's it. I think that's everything. All right, well, without any further ado, let me just get my ambient music rocking here. There we go. And I believe it is this one. Yes, there it is. All right, let me just make sure that's not too loud. It's a little on the loud side. Okay, don't worry. I'll share it with you guys. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so last time on DAG versus The Walking Dead, the dead Aussie gamer found himself at Fiona Stanley Hospital in Perth, attempting to try and find medical supplies as well as resources to help a group of survivors that had camped out in a hotel across the way. But this wasn't the only objective that the dead Aussie gamer had. In his long quest to find his girlfriend, the evacuation buses which had left Perth University and made its way towards the hospital to evacuate personnel such as doctors and nurses did not make it to the airport as he had originally thought they had. He had, along with Powers and his zombified friend Tristan, made his way to the hospital in order to find out the truth of what had happened to the evacuees, whether they were part of the survivors at the hotel, or if something else had happened. Entering the hospital, DAG was able to find a few resources. Bizarrely among them was a hand glider that he managed to stow away and take with him. But he had also encountered a dreadful walker, a creature that was half man, half bat, half zombie. That's right, 3 whole halves. After managing a quick escape from this dreaded creature, DAG was able to make his way up to the 3rd floor, with Powers having explored some of the 1st floor's eastern wing, and informing him that there was still nothing much in the way of supplies to be found, or evidence of the other survivors. Preparing the hand glider would require a lot of time and work, so DAG suggested that he go to the 3rd floor, then, once he had scouted for whatever he could, make his way up to the roof. That way, rather than fighting their way through the walkers downstairs, they could fly across and over to the hotel nearby. This was of course the plan until, on the way to the elevator and past the gift shop, DAG encountered Magnus. a former police dog, one who had been surviving since the outbreak. With some coaxing and some gentle hands and a lot of patience, DAG was able to convince Marcus that he was trustworthy, and Marcus became an avid friend of both Chief and DAG. We find ourselves now on the 3rd floor. A barricade near the nurse's station keep a ton of walkers secured behind this large wall of gurneys and shelves. Trying to find their way around, DAG entered a room with an elderly man, still somehow alive on life support. The old man had a simple request, a final meal. And DAG, being of course the way he is, went and prepared a pretty good meal out of whatever remained that wasn't spoiled or rotten. By the time he returned, the old man enjoyed his meal, shared some wisdom, and DAG left him. So, I climbed through the rooftop, having entered the old man's room and lifting the panel above me. Sliding into the space above, it seems as though it is narrow enough that the dogs could come with me. However, my fear is that if I have them up here, the weight might break through the rooftop itself. I peer down from the hole that I've made in the ceiling. Alright, Chief, Magnus, you two stay here. Alright? Heal. Both sit. Magnus more upright. Alright, I'll be back soon. Not doing overly well in enclosed spaces. I begin to make my way through the roof. Arm over arm, slowly pulling myself, making sure that my arms are kind of between where the slats are meeting with their support structure, rather than putting my weight directly onto the panel itself. Knowing the panel themselves are not made of very strong stuff. As I make my way forward, I try to remember where the direction I need to go happens to be. It has been a stressful day, and so we are going to do a scouting roll. This scouting roll is to try and find where I need to come down to avoid coming down on top of all the walkers. So, we have, for our scouting, we have wits as our stat, which is 4 dice, so we're going to add those to our pool. Then we're going to scout, which is going to add 2 dice to our pool, as you guys can see over on my attribute section. There we go, 2 dice there. Let's see. I also have 4 stress. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 stress dice. Now, the way this game works is I need to get 6s to succeed. The difficulty of what we're doing is, I'd say it's difficult, but it is not unlikely that I can figure out where I'm going. So I only need 1 6 in all of these dice. But here's the catch. Any of the stress dice that rolls a 1 complicates the matter. So, here we go. Let's drop one of my dice. Where'd you go? There it is. Okay. So, here we go. Okay, so that's positive. There are no failures and 1 success. So, hand over hand, DAG begins to make his way through. The reason it isn't so difficult to find where he's going is the sounds of the walkers below. Just inches beneath the panel, DAG can start to hear the sound of the horde just ambling around the nurses and doctor's station as he is moving forward. Hey, Dice Goblin, good to see you. I've been absolutely freaking splendid, thank you. How have you been? Been a while, yes. Yeah, what have you been up to? Tell us your highs, tell us your lows. What's good? Right now, we are playing The Walking Dead, and we're in a hospital trying to find medicine, supplies, and information regarding evacuees who never left the hospital. Okay. So, realizing that I am over the nurse's station. Damn it. Okay. I am going to... Let's see. I'm going to take out my... Alright. I'm going to ask this to chat, because in this game of DAG versus The Walking Dead, chat is the arbiter as the GM. In my camping gear, would I have a piton? You know, one of those spikes that I use to put up the tents. Would I have an actual piton and hammer in this camping set? Type in yes or no. Just yes or no. Do I have a piton in my camping gear? Commissions at my free time, but now I can get back to other dice stuff. Nice. Well, it said camping gear is what I scavenged. Do I have a tent in the camping gear? Uncertain, but I mean, if it's up to you guys to decide what I have in there. That's kind of how the Twitch chat plays. All right, looks like there's a lot of yeses, so we're gonna take the yes. So, reaching into my backpack, I pull out one of the pitons, and very carefully, I start to tap the back of it until I punch a hole through the plywood in the ceiling bit. Can begin with 10 means yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So I start to tap. And as I do, I'm going to try and create an eye hole opening. I peer through the small gap that I've made. What do I see, chat? Are there a ton of zombies? Are there only a handful of zombies? Or are there no zombies near the nurse's station? So 1 for there are a lot, 2 for there's a few, 1 for there isn't any. Sorry, I realize I can number. 1 for there's a lot, 2 for there isn't many, 3 for there aren't any at all. Alright, a lot of zombies. Okay, we got 1 for a lot of zombies, 2 for a few zombies, and that's 2 for a few zombies, 2 for a few zombies. Okay. Last calls. Alright. So, a few zombies. Looking down, there is a total of 4 zombies in this area. I am very stressed out. I don't know if I could take these guys out before they got to me. So, but I need that information. And most importantly, I need some supplies. The nurse's station will have some. But I gotta kill these zombies without drawing attention. I'm going to take off my camping gear, my water bottle, all of my stuff. I'm going to basically take off all my gear, make myself as light as possible. As I do so, hey, Kate, thank you so much for the lurk, you beautiful, lovely human being. I hope you had an amazing time at PAX. Love your face. Mwah. All right, so take off the backpack. Leave all my stuff behind. I'm wearing my clothes, my protection. I'll keep my walkie-talkie, just in case. And what else? I'll take one of the coffee drops. Feel like I need it. Yeah, take a coffee drop. Oh, and the Swiss Army knife. I'll take the Swiss Army knife as well. Okay. With sword in hand, I lift up the panel, and I'm going to very quietly try to stealth up to these zombies. Now, the zombies themselves are distracted. I am on the roof. They haven't noticed me yet. So I'm going to say that this is a difficult challenge, but not a highly unlikely one. Sacrifice a spare walkie to pull them to a different location. Good idea, but that would still draw others to that location as well, not just the 4. If I can kill these 4 without being noticed, that means I won't draw any other ones to this area until I'm done searching. So, Stealth. Let's see. So that's 3 on my agility. Boom. 2 on my stealth. Another boom. 4 stress dice. And yeah, I can't really vie that I have advantage in any way. I've got my leg brace, and that's not gonna help me. Alright. Alright, here we go. Ooh, okay, not bad. So, I've got 3 successes, but 1 complication. 1 complication. So, what is my complication, guys? So I do successfully sneak. They don't notice me, but something has complicated the scenario as I climb down. So, decide what it might be, and I'll pick the best one. With the panel now lifted, I reach over. With both hands, grab the edge of the wall, or edge of the ceiling, and lower myself down onto the, like kind of a shelf that sits in the nurse's station. Quietly, I reach up and I grab my sword and pull it down where I'm. Ooh, those are good ones. Okay. As I jump down from the, ooh, that is a good one too. Ooh, okay, hold on. Okay. So, I got it. All right. As I jump down from the shelf, all of a sudden, I hear a sneeze coming from nearby. Not where I am, but close. It is another survivor. As this happens, all of a sudden, the walkers that I was going to sneak up on turn their attention. They begin to rush towards the sound, and suddenly I can hear the sound of a young girl screaming. Well, more screaming, more pleading. Please, please, no, go away! As it does so, I am freed to search the nurse's station. But do I leave this person to their device, to their fate? Ugh, but I need this stuff. All right, I'm gonna roll here. I'm gonna see if it's if it is a young person or if it's a full-grown adult. I've been playing me. This is very much me as a character, so it's what I would do. I feel as though I'm a very empathetic person. I definitely prefer to help people wherever I can, even in a crisis, especially in a crisis situation. But I've done this so much, I feel as though I need to hit the wins. I need to start achieving things. I can't just be helping people and then not achieving goals. And that's just kind of how I feel too. I have been super helpful. Okay, so according to my dice, it is a young person. Not necessarily a child, but a young person. All right. I'm gonna move. Yeah. Moving past the nurse's station, I veer around the corner to where the zombies had run off to. They seem to be filing into a nearby room. Let's add a couple more zombies here. There are, another 6 zombies that have been called to by the screams. So we are now moving from our threat levels. Let's see. All right. Yeah, okay. So, I need to move from my threat level. So, with that number of people and with how we're going, I'm rushing in, and our threat level is going from 2 to 4. Which means the walkers now see me as I am chasing these walkers, and they're closing in on me. Okay. So, Let's change up the music, shall we? Alright. The walkers descend on me as they are rushing in my direction. I have my sword in hand, and I'm moving forward. Now, before we get going, because we've hit threat level over 3, yes, that does indeed mean that I have now acquired my 5th stress anymore, and I will go through some mental breaks. Alright. One moment while I just do this. I know the music has gotten super dramatic. There we go. There it is. Boom. Alright, so now that should have updated my sheet. Sweet. Okay, so max stress. So, let's get with my sword. Sword drawn, I charge forward. As I barrel with my head down, I begin my swings. Now, every zombie to kill, I need to get 1 success. But with 5 stress dice, this could complicate matters. So, I have 3 dice for my strength, 3 dice for my close combat, 2 dice for my sword. As I rush forward, blade at the ready with 5 stress dice. Oh, damn. Okay. So, good and bad. I have gotten 5 successes, but 2 failures. So, of the 10 zombies, I will kill half of them. So, running forward, the first zombie that I kill is one of the ones that's running away towards this girl. I run up behind and with my sword, stab them in the back of the neck and twist the blade to knock off the head. The second rushes at me, trying to grab at me, so I twist the sword upwards and do a raising arc and hit him in the jaw. As he knocks back, I push him into the second one, take the sword, and thrust it through and knock both of them to the ground. 3 of them now defeated. The third heads towards me, so I reach over to the side of like a nearby table that I've got, and use a bedpan and smash it into the face of the zombie rushing me. As that happens, once again, I just take that big old slash downwards and cave in that zombie's head. The 5th one, as he runs forward, tries to get at me, but trips over the body of the ones that I've killed already, and as that happens, I, again, just whack, give that another big hit. However, 2 complications. So, I need chat. Chat, can you roll me exclamation D6 in chat? Just type it in, and we'll find out what complication happened during that battle sequence. Because I have messed up and we are going to get attacked. So there are 5 more zombies here. We're not on critical injuries. We are at walker attacks. Here we go. Alright, walker attacks. So, the first walker attack we have at a 54. 54 is what I'm looking at. Okay. Alright. I am bitten in the stomach. The wound is not that deep, but soon I'll get a fever, and within a D6 days, I will die. The unbiteable talent. So there is the unbiteable talent, which I do have. Let's see. Unbiteable. Here we go. When rolling the walker table, you may decide on which represents the 10s and which represents the 1s. So I can go with a 45 if I wanted to. So instead of it having to be 54, I can decide to be 45. So let's have a look. What would 45 give me? It tears off my left kneecap and starts chewing on it. I need to amputate my whole leg within an hour or I die and take 3 points of damage. All right, so either I've got to lose my leg, or lose my kneecap, or I get bitten in the stomach. Well, look, bitten in the stomach is instant death, so I'm gonna have to take my leg. That's it. All right, so there's one of the walkers runs away and bites down hard on my kneecap. Wait, no. Yes, because I'm protected, it will destroy my armor. Because I do have armor. $10. Thank you for the very, very kind donation. Are you allowing me to reroll the 2 ones? Couple of rerolls? Okay, I will use them on my 2 failures, and let's see if I can avoid getting my leg bitten. Okay. It does remove one of my failures, but the other one still remains. So I do still have that failure. Which means what I'll do is I will negate that one and allow my chat to re-roll for the second. So chat, exclamation D6 for my second failed roll. Man, my knee's actually getting like, I'm getting like phantom pains in my knee as if I'm like feeling like I'm being bitten. So exclamation D6, folks. Let's see how this goes. I've managed, so as this zombie has gone to bite my knee, I've managed to get the sword in just in time to kind of like block the bite and shift it away. Ooh, 65. A walker bites my face and eats one of my eyes and nose. I try to fight it, but soon I'm going to bleed to death. What's the other one? 56. They bite me several times in the back. Within a D6 hours, I will be dead. Okay. So. I don't know. Everyone's rolling high today. So, I've got a choice here. Either I can take the first one and have my knee bitten, chop off my leg, or I can have my face bitten and bleed to death. I think I'll take the knee. I'm gonna take the knee. I will take the knee. So, let's change the music up a little bit. Okay. So, there is the sounds of a sickening crunch. My eyes go wide. I don't feel the pain at first. Looking down, I simply see it as it bites into my leg. I act quickly and knock the creature back and look at where it had injured me. Thankfully, my padded armor had sustained the attack. My knee is not ripped off, but I am now once again suffering a broken leg. The pressure is excruciating. The pain passing through and into my leg is indescribable. As now I have a broken leg and no longer do I have any padded armor. All right, there we go. Let's represent that. All right, there it is. So yep, my padded armor is now gone. Well, I'm not amputating the leg yet, but the armor is gone, which means I've got 5 more walkers to kill and no protection this time. Rushing forward. Sword drawn. Let's see if I can finish this off. Again. 3 on my strength. 3 on my close quarter combat. 2 on my sword. 5 from my stress. -2 from being broken. Keeping in mind, I removed one of my injuries from having the foot brace. So I have only -2 on this one. Okay. I need 5 successes in order to kill these creatures. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna roll these one at a time. Not a success. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll blue then red. So not a success on the blue. Nothing on the red. Nothing on the blue. Nothing on the red. Okay, a 6 on the blue. 6 on the red. Nothing on the blue. 6 on the red. 6 on the blue. 1 on the red. Nothing on the blue. That is 4 successes and that is a messed up 1. So, making my way through, breathing hard, breathing through the pain. I try to put pressure on my leg, but it buckles. And as it does so, I manage to swing my blade. 5 rerolls, McClover, coming in. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna give you something special. I'm gonna give you and School Eye something special for this. So bear with me for a second. So, first attack as they come through. I realize that I'm in a bad situation. The first one comes in. I open the door of one of the rooms nearby and use it as a barricade to bottleneck them. As they come in, I push my way into that room and stab the first one that comes into the door. The second 2 begin to make their way through, and as they push me back and down and into the room. I'm on my back, and they are both on top of me. Very quickly, I swing the side of the sword and use the leverage to kind of knock them on the floor and put as much pressure as I can down onto the blade where their necks are and force it. Not having the strength to kind of cut through their neck, I very quickly move my leg and maneuver it. Pain, again, shooting up it as I try this. I use it to step on the blade and try to correct myself, snapping their necks with the weight of the blade. With one more coming in very quickly, I no longer have the blade in hand. Instead, as he comes in, I grab hold of his shoulders, slam him against the wall. He reaches out and tries to bite me as I dodge. I then quickly shift my weight, pull him over and down and onto the side of like this table, which I bang his head against to disorienting him enough to have him on the ground before I step and break his jaw. When this happens, again, massive pains shoot through my leg as the broken leg is doing a lot of work. As the last zombie comes in, and I need a, well, let's do the reroll. Let's see what we get. I need Schooly Eye and McClover. Can I get both of you to roll me a d6, please? And this will not come towards the reroll. Well, no, well, yeah, we'll use one reroll, but it'll get 2 rolls. McClover! Alright, there we go. So that's 4. Alright, so. Breathing heavily. Sighing. Covered in viscera and blood. I go to reach for my sword. And another zombie comes into the door. One I was not expecting. I close my eyes. And I brace. Mostly because I don't have my armor. I haven't got my sword back. And I know I'm not going to kill this one in time. As I close my eyes, all of a sudden, there is the sound of a gunshot. A rifle firing. And then a second rifle firing. Followed by the sound of broken glass. One moment. All right. All right, one moment while we get all that up and running. But yes, The sound of bullets resonates, glass shattering as 2 bullets fly past me. One of them bangs against the door nearby, missing the zombie by inches, by 3 inches. The other manages to strike the zombie straight in the head and explode his brains all over the floor. I look over by the window. As I do, I can see the 2 bullet holes that have been penetrated. I move away from the window to try and get cover. As I peer out the window, I see what looks to be a glinting, a shining of light from the hotel across the street. The one that we were going to bring, the one that we were bringing supplies to. Inside the window, there are 2 snipers. One of them is inspired by Schoolie, and the other is inspired by McClover. As what seems to be happening here is both of them seem to have taken a shot, and one of them is celebrating while the other is not. Schoolie passes, Schoolie's sniper passes what looks to be an energy bar over to McClover, who very, very happily takes it after winning the bet. I take a moment, wonder what the fuck is going on. Don't question it. But I'm going to make my way limping across the hospital floor as I... Okay. Oh, fuck. I look around to see if there are any other zombies. There are not any other zombies in this area. I lean against the wall very heavily. Okay. I can do this. I begin to move closer to the door that I heard the voices from and enter. Hello? Is anyone here? They were gone now. It's safe to come out. I hear the sound of sobbing coming from the bathroom. Look, I'm not gonna hurt you, okay? I just fought these zombies off. And, well, I didn't want to leave you to them. Really, I promise you're safe now. I hope you don't mind. I'm just gonna lie down on this bed here for a sec. And I'm gonna go over to the bed, and I'm going to lie down. Ah, son of a bitch. After a little while, the door creaks open. And... oh, that's not the one. Boop. After a while, a teenage girl with bright pink hair, a camo jacket, and like kind of the tattoo sleeves that you buy, steps out of the bathroom. She seems to be holding what looks to be a hair straightener, maybe? And brandishing it as a weapon. Hey, no, you can put that down. I'm not here to hurt you. I don't even think I could right now. She looks me up and down. Why'd you do that? Do what? Why'd you help me? People aren't like that. Not since everything happened, you know? Yeah, well, people change. Some people, they, you know, just look for the opportunity to be the worst person that they can be. And others, well, they realize that To get through hard times, you need people. You sound like my granddad. Oh, thank you, I think. I'm not that old, but, you know, sounds like your granddad's a pretty smart guy. Are you alright? Yeah, no, look, I'll be fine. What's your name? My name's Sophie. Sophie. Oh. Sophie, you can call me DAG. And, I mean, I'd like to say I'm here to help you, but actually I'm looking for some other people. There was a bus that came here just after the outbreaks happened. It was supposed to go to the airport but never left. Yeah, no, they came here. They were trying to evacuate some of the doctors, but the doctors didn't want to go. They said that they couldn't leave the patients that were here. There was a fight. A fight? Yeah. The army, they grabbed them, grabbed the doctors, and dragged them onto the buses. Oh, well. When the fighting started, a few people went down. I heard the gunshots from here, but the next thing I heard was just screaming and shouting. I take a moment, realizing that in the middle of all of this fighting was Sousa's bus, was my partner's bus. Was she caught up in the fighting? Was she out there as a walker? I go quiet for a while. Before Sophie speaks up. I know you're injured, but can you help me, please? My granddad, he's in a room nearby, and I was supposed to go to him, but I couldn't get through. They blocked the way, and I've just been here. It's just I've been trying to get back, but you know I've been moving room to room to room. It's okay. Is your granddad, by any chance? And I'll describe the old man in the previous room. Yeah, that's him. Do you know my granddad? I saw him on the way in. He's alive then. She falls to her knees and starts basically just bawling. Look, your granddad, he's okay for now, but if you want to go see him, you'll need to help me. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. What do you need? I need any medical supplies, first aid kit, something to help patch up my leg. Food would be good, not just for me, but I'm here to try and gather some stuff for the people who are held up at the hotel across the way. I know you're scared, and I know it might be hard, but if you could help me, that would be, well, I could take you to your grandfather. I'm gonna see if I can convince her to do this. So, 3 dice for empathy. 1 die, no dice for anything else. So there you go. And then 5 complication dice. All right. Okay, nothing out of the ordinary, and 1 for my difficulty. She's a bit scared, but she will go out and try to find what she can. Which brings us very promptly to creating the stats for our latest donation, courtesy of our dear friend Schooly Eye. This is Sophie. Now, Sophie has a secret that I haven't learned yet, but just so you know as a chat, she is a pilot in training. She's done only a few hours. She's learning how to fly a plane. But we'll find that out in due time. Beyond that, we are going to start generating some stats for Sophie so that we can know what she's good at. So I need everyone in chat to roll me D6s. So exclamation D6 as we build up Sophie's statistics. All right, here we go. So Sophie's statistics. She is a trainee pilot. Her first thing is a 55. That is, she wears a leather jacket. So she has some armor. Then we have an 11 for issues. Oh, she's a coward. That's okay. So she's cowardly as her personality type. Then we have a 5, and you know what? I'll roll one. A 51. So 51. Her secret issue is she doesn't remember her true identity. Interesting. So I think she knows that this person is her grandfather, but I think we're going to play this out as in she doesn't know where she's from. Like, this whole trauma thing has erased all memories of her past except for her grandfather. All right, doesn't remember her true identity. Okay. So I need some more D6s, so let's throw that out there as well. So a few more D6s if we can. Also, McClover, thank you for gifting the sub to Just Otherness. Good to see you, and welcome. Hope you're having fun. All right, so let's get some more D6s in there. We've got her skills and her gear to go through. All right. All right. Let's get Lucitius's one in here first, and Laura Bones. Lucitius, if you want to type in exclamation D6, I will use you and Laura Bones because we didn't use you for the other ones previously. So Laura, you get a 4, which is she's trained in one thing and an expert in the other. Okay, so trained skill. She is trained in. Let's go with trained in scout and expert mobility. There we go. I like that. That works. And Lucretius, we have a 5. Okay. So 5 is gear. She has a ranged weapon, a knife, oh wait, no, hold on. It's 5. So a ranged weapon, a melee weapon. She has a D6 ration. So that is, let's go with, oh, the little camera drone. You know what? That's actually something that's right here. So let me get to that in a second. Next up, sorry, I'm just gonna pick randomly here. Let me just. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Schooly Eye with a 3. That is 3 days rations. And a useful item, which, just otherness, you mentioned a drone. I think that is 100% a great idea. So she does have a drone camera as her useful item. All right, so that is Sophie, our latest NPC. That is courtesy of our lovely and amazing chat. So there you go. That's what we got. Okay. So, because Sophie is able to scout, she does have a good scouting thing. Let's get well, you know what? Let's keep using the stats we have here. So we've got 1, a 4, a 3, a 5, a 1, a 4, a 5. Okay. So we don't have any successes. So in terms of her scouting, she doesn't really find much in the way of things to help us scavenge. She is able to avoid the walkers for the most part with her mobility. And when she returns with very little, it is a little disappointing. It is a little disappointing. I say it's okay. If you help me up, let's go to the barricade. If we clear it, we should be able to get to your grandfather. She wraps her arm around me, lifts me to my feet, and starts to move me towards the barricade. I try to stay mindful and watchful of any movement nearby. We eventually come to the nurse's station. Now that we're here, I'm going to look around a little bit. So, wits 4, scout 2. I don't need to penalize myself on my injuries because I'm just looking around. But 5 complication dice. Alright. Alright. 3 complications and 2 successes. Now, 2 successes is enough for me to get the supplies I need. So I get some medicine, and I'm going to get some information. Looking at the medicine, I grab hold of the first aid kits and stuff like that, and I grab my bag that I'd put up on the rooftop, and I bring it down and start to pack it. Oh, you know what? Here's the complication. As I pull my backpack down, rats have gotten into my rations and eaten every single one of them. In addition, could I get chat to roll me a d6? Every one that is rolled by chat, I will lose a piece of gear. Because the rats have basically taken them. Alright, so, starting off, I lose all my food, so cough drops are gone. So there are caffeinated rats walking around somewhere. I lose all my trail rations, so 5 days worth of rations are gone. And yeah, that is all. Okay, so let's see. Any ones the chat rolls? Let's find out what we get. Frickin' rats. Okay. Dead like me. OG lava kitten. Alright, that's okay. Okay, we lose 2 items, so I have to pick 2 items to get rid of. I will say the 2 items will be... Okay, you know what? I'll say that they've destroyed the camping gear, because they've basically ripped and torn, like, a lot of the camping stuff. I'll say they've chewed through the hand glider, too. And again, the hand glider, just the sails and stuff like that, they've basically scratched and torn to the point where I can't use them. Alright. Damn. But that's okay. This is well within our scope of shit that's gone wrong. Okay. This does mean that I can add the first aid kit, so let's add in first aid supplies. Alright, so first aid supplies have been acquired. Done and done. And that should save there and update it for everyone. Okay, so with the first aid supplies, I'm gonna try and find some information. The information I find is about the people who had come in. Apparently, a military order was given to evacuate notable and important personnel. That there is a small train yard not too far away where they were supposed to be setting up a quick response facility. However, that quick response facility was only to house people of an important nature or in roles of specialization, such as engineers and doctors and scientists and stuff like that. The conflict seems to have been surrounding the idea of abandoning people, which the doctors didn't want to do. There are just little bits and pieces, tiny bits of information that I find here. But the keynote here, and we can go to our other thing here. Let me just go here. Is we can seed our next clue. Rumors. Evacuees from the hospital were wrapped in a conflict. And taken to a train yard not far. All right. So we do have this information there. Also, we now have Sophie, which we can add to the list, who is alive. I did that wrong. Hold on. Let me try that again. Sorry. That was on me. Okay. Evacuees have been taken to a nearby train yard. Sophie alive. Okay, there we go. And that is now updated for our lovely folks at home. Boom. Okay. So, we start to clear the barricade, moving the heavier pieces one by one until the way is cleared. Thankfully, we've wiped out most of the zombies in this area, so they do not hear us as we make our way towards the old man's room. Let's see. As she walks into the room, she sees the old man laying there. The two dogs, Chief and Magnus, are very happy to see me. They try to rush over to me, but then stop quickly, realizing that I'm in kind of rough shape. They begin to sort of whine very softly and make their way over to my side as I will pat them, closing the door, securing it behind me as Sophie makes her way over to the old man. Urgently is probably a typo. I'll fix it. But yes. So Sophie is there, trying her hardest to stay back on, well, trying to hold back her tears and her emotions, because it's quite clear her granddad is not. He's not going to be around very long. Hi, Granddad. Is that you, Sophie? Yeah, it's me, Granddad. The old man starts to bite his lip as he turns to face her. You're okay? Yeah, Granddad, of course I'm okay. She pushes her hair by her side, and she sits on the bed next to him. I thought I was never going to see you again. Well, it'll take more than just some sickness and zombies to put me down. She quickly grabs him a glass of water, and he drinks it. I'm just gonna use this opportunity to rest, you know, like just heal up with some of the medical supplies, empathy, and medication. All right, so that is 4 dice with 5 complication dice. Okay, this is good. I've got 1 complication, but I'm going to use a reroll for it. But I have 4 healing ones, so I am actually going to be able to heal. Look, Sophie, you can't stay here, love. What do you mean? Of course I can. Look, I'm not going anywhere, and you can't stay here. Yeah, I can, Granddad. Yeah, you don't know what you're saying. You just rest up, okay? This man, you know, DAG, he found me, and you know, he found you, and he'll get us both out of here. We'll get out together. There's survivors. There are people over by the. The old man reaches down and puts his hands on her hands. He has a warm smile, and he looks at me, and I look at him. I acknowledge that in any other circumstances I would leave the room, but I am so badly injured, and I'm treating my wounds. I'm not going anywhere. He says, "Look, Soph, you can't stay here, and I can't go with you. My time's coming up, and you've got to follow your dream. You know, you got to find your way to make it happen, even with all this going on. I have one last thing for you, love." She starts to mouth the word no as tears run down her cheek. The old man reaches by her side, trying to reach under the bed that he's at. Sophie sees and goes to help, and pulls out what looks to be a present. It's quite a large one, wrapped up, tied in a bow. He looks up and he says, "Might be a bit late, but happy birthday, love." Well, you just gonna stare at it, or you gonna open it? Sophie wipes away the tears around her eyes as she opens the present, and inside is a very, very expensive looking drone camera. She said, "Granddad, How? Well, I know that your mom said that you know you wouldn't be able to get one until you graduated, but you know what she doesn't know doesn't need to hurt her. Coughs. And he splutters again. She reaches for some water, but he stops her hand this time. He finishes coughing and says, "Look, Dags, he's an alright guy. You go with him, okay? And you find a place you belong, and you stay there. You stay safe. You grow up. And one day, I'm sure you'll find your way to the sky." She leans down, gives her grandpa a big hug, kisses him on the cheek. Okay. We don't have long. My friend, he's gonna be coming up here soon. When he does, we're trying to look at leaving the hospital. You're welcome to come with us, Soph. She says, but Soph, can you leave me and Dag for a moment? I just need to have a word with him. Sophie nods and steps out into the hallway. I look at the two dogs and sort of gesture, and both of them will follow Sophie out into the hall. Hey, Granddad. Hey, yourself. Look, Sophie, she's not my real granddaughter. She was another patient here. Someone who was brought in by, I don't know, some fuckhead who thought it'd be a good idea to leave a young woman by herself during all of this shit. When it all started going down, she had no one, so she spent her time here. Last couple of months, she's been like the only bit of she's been the only bit of family I've had, that we've had. She doesn't know where she belongs. She doesn't know who her parents really are. Just my family. I know it might be a big ask, but if you could find her a place, or even find out, you know, who she was, where she belongs, mean the world. Look, Granddad, it's the end of the world, man. Like, I'd love to say yes, but... And I look into his eyes and see that he is tired. I sigh, place a hand on the bed. And I said, yeah, Granddad. All right. I'll make sure she finds a home. I'll make sure that however she ended up here, she'll have somewhere to be in the future. I promise. He smiles and then shuts his eyes. His arm goes limp and heavy in my hand. I take a moment and I call Sophie back. She comes in for a moment. She calls his name. There isn't any response. With the zombies gone from this floor, there is no danger. The howling that comes from this pained young woman draws no one's attention, save for maybe a a pair of dogs who sit by her side to comfort her, and myself. The walkie-talkie fires up. Shh. Hey, I forgot my accent now. I've become like Sylvester Stallone for some reason. No. Hey, Dag, are you like, are you okay? Like, I just heard some screaming, man. Yeah, Powers, I'm okay. Look, there's a survivor up here, and I'm just with her at the moment. Do you think you can meet us on floor 2? Oh yeah, dude. No, I'll head up there just now. Hey, I managed to find some supplies and some food, yeah, but there's not much here, you know. Did you have much luck up there? Nah, Powers. I think I've got like maybe a handful of medical supplies, but we'll see what we can do. Also, I'm pretty banged up, so I might have to use some of them. Oh, yeah, no, right. Okay, well, I'm pretty much finishing up here. I'll head up in just a moment. Cool. All right, we'll see you soon. I hang up on his call. All right. So, with the old man having now passed away, we need to take a moment to rest and recuperate. First of all, I am going to heal my goddamn self as best I can. And I'm going to rest with my dogs in order to try and relieve the pain that I'm under and de-stress at least a little. This is while I'm waiting for Powers, mind you. Now, as this happens, I need to inspect my leg. I take out my Swiss Army knife, and I cut a hole in my pants right where my knee is. The armor is useless now. It's been ripped to shreds. And it is now up to chat to decide how severe my injury is. Now, I was wearing padded armor, so that was that. The creature, the zombie, bit my knee hard, right? It would have done 3 damage if it wasn't for my armor, so the padded armor only dealt 2 damage instead. The question is was it enough to pierce the skin? If it was, I'm in trouble and need to deal with this now. If it didn't, I might be okay. So, in chat, let me know, did the walker's bite break the skin of my leg? Hey, Odd Bandicoot, good to see you. Yes, that was very recent. So, just to recap while we're taking in the did DAG get bitten properly. So, as you remember, I am on a quest to try and find my partner. We are also on a quest to try and find a pilot in order to try and leave Perth. We found some information about like there being some specialist individuals at the hospital. So we went there, found out that there's some survivors at the hotel adjacent to the hospital that may have someone who's a pilot. But they needed supplies. They needed food. They needed medical supplies. They needed a bunch of stuff. So me and Powers and Zombie Tristan went to the hospital and have started scouting. Along the way, I went to the gift shop. We found a stray police dog who I befriended and is now part of our team. And I've managed to. Oh, we also fought a giant bat zombie, so that was a whole thing. We've made it up to the 3rd floor where I met an old man and his adopted granddaughter, and we just had that whole scene about the granddaughter saying goodbye. And right now we're just gathering up Powers and Tristan, and then we're gonna decide what we do from here. But during the time in which I was helping Sophie, I was bitten in the knee, which, again, we're just finding out how deep the wound was, if any. So, no, but cracked the kneecap from the force of the bite. No, but you can tell when it's about to rain now. Clearly very DAG friendly when they're keeping the story going. That's true, that's true. And me suffering. Okay, so in which case, I need a D6. Odd Bandicoot, let's get you to roll me this D6. Roll a D6 for me. This is how many days it is going to take for me to recover my shattered kneecap. I wonder if shattered kneecap is a critical injury. Let me check. 5 days. Oof, that is going to be a while. All right, 5 days it is. Let me check my critical wounds here and the effects that it'll have. Here we go, critical wounds. Yada, yada, yada. Cracked knee. Ripped off ear, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh no, it's a -3 penalty on anything that requires it, so that's fine. I mean, it makes sense. So I have a bunged up knee. So my critical injury. Here we go. So critical injury, cracked kneecap. Well, because it's a cracked and not a crushed kneecap, let's go with 1 week. So 5 days. So let's go with 17 days. There we go. "17 days to recover." Days. And a -3 penalty. All right, there we go. And cracked knee. There we go. Cracked kneecap. All right. And when powers will show up, I will definitely be focused on de-stressing. All right, we'll save that. All right. All right, there we go. So, as Powers comes up, he sees the wounds. Dude, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, Powers. It's fine. Who's the little lady? And she sees her crying over the old man, who we've now pulled a blanket over for the most part. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't, realize that was a whole thing going on. No, it's fine, Powers. Look, look, my knee's pretty wrecked. I think we should stick together for the last little leg. What'd you find? Oh, well, good point, chat. What did Powers find on his exploration, giving in mind he needed to find food, medical supplies? Write in chat what you think he found, and we'll add that to the list. Powers. All right. Time for DAG for chill to a few weeks. Yeah, that's true. It's been pretty much non-stop action. Having a couple of days off would be definitely good. But at least my foot recovered, which is great. Time Time for DAG to chill for a few weeks. Yeah, yeah. If only there was a semi-plan to get him on a plane out of here. Yeah, it's true. We need a wheelbarrow for Powers, and he needs to do cardio. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice if Powers just carried me everywhere. He finds a football, some oatmeal. Yeah, okay. Football, some oatmeal. Actually, yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah, oatmeal. A hitchhiking bag full of various supplies. Ooh, okay. All right. It seems like you've got a lot of stuff here. Yeah, man. No, it was pretty hard to find things, you know, like everything was like pretty well kept aside, you know. Lots of beds and things, and I grabbed whatever I could, you know. Mostly just these boxes of oatmeal and like just some quick made cereal and stuff, you know. No, that's perfect. Thank you so much, you know. It's a lot more than I ended up with. I think rats ended up stealing a bunch of it, but I've got these medical supplies that I managed to find at the nurse's station. I'm sure there are a few more if you wanted to go and pick some up as well. Oh, yeah, no, dude, of course. Oh, yeah, also I found this AED device, you know, like we have that too, you know, like just for shocking and things. Cool. Oh, good. I'm glad we have that. All right. Let's rest up the night. Recover and we'll head out in the morning. I'm pretty sure the survivors over there know that we're here. I think I saw a couple of them trying to help me out when the walkers attacked me. Hopefully they'll be reciprocal to our needs once we get there. Yeah, no, too right. Oh, what do we want me to do about Tristan? At this point, Tristan walks up. And immediately, Sophie freaks out. Oh my God, it's a walker! No, it's okay. He's fine. He's with us. He's with you? What do you mean he's with you? It's fine. He's harmless. Just don't go near him. At this point, Magnus also growls, and Chief seems fine. Chief knows Tristan, and he's good. Magnus eventually calms when he realizes there's no danger, but keeps a wary eye on zombie Tristan. All right. I start to phone the walkie-talkie. Hello? We're trying to reach the survivors at the hotel adjacent from the Fiona Stanley Hospital. Can you read me? No response. Survivors from the hotel across from Fiona Stanley. Can you hear me? No, we're reading you. We're reading you. Thank God. Listen, this is DAG. I'm here with a couple of survivors. We're gathering some supplies like we said we would, and we're going to be making our way down to one of the ambulance bays. We're hoping to use whatever we have to get through some of the zombies and make it to you with what we have. Was that your team that sniped those zombies through the window? Yeah, no, it was. We noticed that you and your team were on their way in, and we made sure that we helped however we could. We'd love to help out in the car park, but we don't have the supplies to be able to take out that many zombies. If you're gonna drive through, you're gonna have to be really careful. Hopefully, you've got someone who can, I don't know, manage a vehicle well. Remembering that I don't drive, and Powers, I mean, Powers can drive, but, you know, like, how well through some zombies? Sophie just perks up and says, yeah, I can drive. Seeing her as a young teenager, I'm like, no, that's okay. I'm sure we will. No, I'm actually really good at driving. I got my license quite young, and I've been doing it every day since. I look over at Powers. Powers like, hey, dude, listen, if you ask me if she's driving, then I can, you know, at least take a bat and kind of, you know, lean out the window, maybe clear some of these walkers out while we're driving as well, you know. I mean, it doesn't always have to be you, right, Dag? Yeah, that's true. Especially with your fucked up knee, you know. If you've messed up your knee and you're trying to, like, you know, do all the, like, fighting for it, you're just gonna get yourself killed, man. Thanks, Powers. Yeah. All right, I get your point. I get your point. Fine. Okay. Sure. Yeah, no, we'll manage somehow, okay? Just stand by. Affirmative. We'll stand by for when you arrive. Is there an ETA? Yeah, look, we're gonna try and head out in the morning, okay? We're just gonna get some rest. All right, but please do hurry. We have urgent need of those medical supplies, as well as food and resources. Yeah, we got you. See you soon. Things are hard. Things are very hard. Does anyone want to play football? I found this, like, you know, just around. We can just throw this around a little bit, you know, like, you know, just. No, maybe another time? Okay. I'll just keep this then. Got football. Powers is going to put his football away. But Powers now has the football. Powers doesn't. Powers has never been able to read a room. Are we forgetting something? Are we forgetting something? What are we forgetting? Let me know. Okay. So, the night moves on. It is very difficult to sleep with the knee. Witness Scrappy wake up. Oh, that's true. Shit, that is true. We did forget that. And you know what? I think we legitimately forgot that too. Oh wait, no, we didn't. I bound his legs and arms. While he was in bed. So you're right. You're right. Let's play that scene out. Fuck. I did forget it. You know what? And I legitimately forgot it. So let's do it. All right. Let's change the tone here real quick. Nope, not that one. Okay. Middle of the night. DAG is asleep. I'm gonna say just propped up against one of the walls. Powers is asleep on the floor, nestled between the two large dogs. Sophie is asleep. I'm gonna say she's sleeping like against the bed where Grandpa was. At this point, I believe, or at least Dag believes, that to wake up as a walker, you had to have been attacked, scratched, bitten, etc. You know, like them's the rules. But Dag did not realize that in The Walking Dead, walkers simply come to life no matter how you die. As the sound of groaning starts to fill the silence. I'm going to see if I can wake up. Four wits, 2 scouting. I do not wake up. Powers. Let's see if he does it. Everyone in chat, exclamation D6 to see if Powers wakes up. Oh yeah, the 2 dogs definitely will wake us up, but it's if it's waking us up in time for certain stuff. Hey, OG Lava Kitten coming in with a 6. All right. All right, we've got a couple of ones in there, which is fine. Because right now we're all rested and not stressed, so the ones don't do anything here. So, Powers sort of stirs. Ugh. What the... And you watch as the old man kind of has sat up on his bed. His hands are still, you know, sort of snugly tied to the sides, and his belt around his waist. But it's enough that he can, like, kind of sit upwards if he wanted to. His feet are also tied down. Powers looks up and says, "Hey, Granddad, are you okay?" And immediately the zombie turns. And as it does, it lunges and lurches forward, rattling the bed as it tries to make its way. This wakes up Sophie and me, as well as the dogs, who begin to growl. Sophie, step away. Sophie jumps to one side. Granddad? Granddad! Why is he like this? What happened? I don't know. He keeps shaking. As he does so, the restraints we put on him, they were designed to be snug, not tight. So, with the force that he is shaking, they will come loose in time. Granddad! Granddad, no! She falls to her knees and she starts to bawl. No, she doesn't. She's gonna run over and try to free him, try to help him. I'm gonna try and grab her. So, strength, close quarters combat, and no stress. But I do lose 3 dice from having a cracked kneecap. That is no successes. Alright, let's see if Powers does anything. Exclamation D6 from our chat. Does Powers manage to stop her from running over to her granddad? Yeah, no, the cracked kneecap is terrible. I'm in a lot of pain. She's too cowardly to run. I think it's less of the cowardly thing. But more she's running towards him because she doesn't realize the danger. So being a coward involves you knowing that you're in danger and choosing to flee. In this particular instance, it's almost like she doesn't believe what's happening. She's in that delirium almost. So, exclamation D6. Let's see. Does Power stop her? Yay or nay? Alright, that's 5. Ooh, that's a 1. Last call for rolls to see if Powers manages to get a hold of her. All right. Ooh, that is a 4. All right. Unfortunately, Powers does not stop her either, as she runs forward, rushing to her grandfather's side. She grabs hold of him and tries to almost like shake him, like try to snap him out of whatever's happening. And speaking of snapping, the zombie is going to try and bite at Sophie. Now, Sophie is an expert at mobility, I believe. That's what we made her. Let's just double check that. Yep, Sophie is an expert at mobility. So, being an expert at mobility, she's going to have no trouble dodging the bite as it snaps through. Sophie, get away. It's not your grandfather anymore. What do you mean if... And as this happens, Powers, take her, now. Powers moves over and takes her hand, pulls her backwards. She struggles and she says, "No, no!" out into the corridor. As she does so, I make my way over to the zombified granddad. Shit. I can't believe. You know what? Just before I do anything, I'm going to take a. I'm gonna look for something like. I'm gonna look for something that he can bite into. Like whether it's a cloth or a rag or something. I tie it up together, and I jam it into his mouth, and then tie it together to like make it so he can't bite anything. I could just leave the room. You're right, I could, but I can't leave him like this. I feel like Sophie wouldn't want me to leave him like this. I could ask. All right. All right. After I tie his mouth down and I'm going to tighten the restraints, I'll head out and I'll ask her. Sophie, that thing in there is... It's not your grandfather anymore. He's turned into one of them. I don't know why. I don't know how. But what do you want to do? If you want, we could make it painless and swift. Or we could just leave. Just keep moving and to a different place. What do you want, Sophie? You guys decide. What does Sophie want? Would she see me as the person who dealt the final blow? Probably, yeah. What does Sophie want? You guys get to decide. I don't think she could cope with killing her grandfather. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts? All right. So, she turns to me and says, "No, no, you can't kill my grandfather. Just leave him be. Just don't hurt him, please. He's been through enough already. He's gone through." As Powers comforts her, I step aside and I say, "Okay, it's fine. We don't need to do anything." She's seen too much violence already. Naivety doesn't put the potential future in danger. That's true. That's true. All right. We'll leave him. I'm sure that if we close up the room, it'll be fine. I go back in and I take our supplies. I close up the door. And as I'll also draw the blinds as well, because I don't want the sniper to see him there and take the shot just for fun. So I draw the blinds and I make them closed. I tell him, "See you later, Granddad. We'll look after Sophie, I promise." And I close the door. I will also, on this side of it, I will smash the door handle. Mostly because there's nothing in there. You know, there's no supplies, there's no things, etc. So survivors don't need to come in here. And I don't want the survivor to come in here and, you know, just kill him off. So I will break the door handle. And then, because it's the middle of the night, I guess we'll continue resting in a different room. Or maybe we'll rest on the roof. Yeah, let's camp. No, my freaking camping supplies. Never mind. We'll chill out. All right. The next morning. The next morning we awaken. Powers is growling because he is hungry. As is the two dogs. We don't have them much in the way of food. The rats made quick work of that. Okay. Look. We said that we're gonna head over to the hospital now. But we need two things for that. An ambulance and a lot more food than we have currently. So, we're gonna make our way back downstairs. On the first floor, there's the main cafeteria that we went to. But there should also be a staff break room somewhere on that first floor. We're gonna find that and get it. Because in there should hopefully be the ambulance dispatch. If we can go there, we can hopefully get some keys for the ambulances, which should have even more supplies for medicine and stuff. Then driving that, we get to the the hotel, and we're good. I keep forgetting this is supposed to be in September, given when this started. Yes, so technically we're still in September. Hold on. No, this is episode 11? So that would be after my break and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll find out what the date was when we kicked off. I feel like it was September, October-ish. But anyway, moving on. So let's do some scouting. So 4 for my wits, 2 for my scout, 1 for having an assistance with Sophie, 1 for having an assistance with Powers, and you know what? I'm just gonna give a passive 1 for the dogs because I have dogs that are helping me out. But the kneecap will slow me down in my search, so I'm gonna lose 3 dice. So let's see how we go searching for food and supplies. Well, food specifically. All right, we got a 1. So, exclamation D6s in chat. What do I find? Exclamation D6s. Let's see what we scavenge here. I wish it was more, but unfortunately it was only a 1. Oh, and we are now on day 6. So let's add that too. Days survived. Boom, we are on day 6. All right. Supplies, scouting. Scavenge. All right. Decenthius, good to see you. Welcome in. All right. Scavenging. The walkers, empty rooms, random locations. NPCs. Here we go. Scavenging. Boom. Almost lasted a week since Tim tried to eat me at my front door. That's true. It's been a whole thing. All right. So 5, 5, 4. So this is from OG, Schooly Eye, and Just Otherness. 554. We have found rain clothes. Found some rain clothes. Okay. And then we have Dead Like Me, Cross the Streams, and Decenthius with a 655. And some handcuffs. Alright. Cool. So in addition to some food, we found rain clothes and some handcuffs. I wonder where we found the handcuffs, though. I wonder what the handcuffs were used for. All right, and let's find out. So, chat, how many d6s do I roll for food? Type in chat, how many d6s you think I should roll for how much food I find in the break room / cafeteria? We could make a music video with the drone. It's true. Let me know how many dice do I roll? You guys get to decide. 5 dice. Schoolie says 1. Any other numbers? Throw them out there. Oh, maybe a secure ward? Yeah, actually that's true. Maybe like a ward where they do need to keep their patients kept. 3 for Dead Like Me. All right. So we have a 1, 3, and a 5. Any other numbers? Throw them out there. Pretty much at this point, if I get a second number of any type, that'll be it. Feel free to exclamation D6 to decide, or just give me a number. Must lurk. Take care, friends. No worries. Also, have a wonderful and amazing rest of your weekend. And Christina, thank you so much for gifting the sub to our friend Odd Bandicoot. Hey, thank you, Odd Bandicoot. That is a 4 dice on that one. All right, a 2 for just otherness. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Good. I'm glad. I'm so glad. So glad we hit this. And a second 5. Boom. All right. All right, yes, let's protect our dear friend Odd Bandicoot. Boom. There it is. All right. I think 5 is where we're at. So let's roll 5 dice. So, how much food do we find? We find 6, 10, 15, 20 days worth of rations. That's freaking amazing. All right. So 20 days worth of rations. Now, keeping in mind, 20 days worth of rations is good, but we are gathering rations not only for ourselves, but also for the survivors at the other location. So 20 days is good. It'll last them about a week or so. Powers, so that's how much I found. Powers, in his search with oatmeal in question, has found 10... Also found 20 days. So let's pull up Powers here. So Powers is 20 days of rations. All right. And Sophie has found 10, 23 days worth of rations. So that puts her at 26 rations. All right. That's true. So, yeah, after smashing some vending machines, breaking into the freezers and the like, finding a ton of instant food, we now have a massive supply of food to be able to take back. All right. This is positive. This is great. We have tons and tons and tons of stuff. Next is to find an ambulance. So, wits of 4, scouting of 2, with my same assists, 1 for each of my NPCs and 1 for the dogs. Breaking those up for my cracked kneecap. All right, 2 successes. With 2 successes, we find the garage. There's a little downstairs area from the first floor that leads into the garage. There we find not only the break rooms, but the supplies, the storage areas where we can gather all the food. Most importantly, we find the fleet for the ambulances and the dispatch. Gathering a pair of keys, we make our way into the garage itself. In the garage, there are a handful of walkers at the ready. Now, we could probably sneak through the walkers. No, we had car keys. Yes, that's what I do. Oh, no, you're right. I think we did. You're right. We did have ambulance keys. I just don't know why I didn't write them down on the character sheet. Okay, sorry, let me add these to the character sheet super quick. Okay. And then let's just make a section for keys. Uni access keys and ambulance. Okay, there we go. Okay, done. All right, save that. Boom, there it is. All right, adjusted onto our character sheet, so you guys should now be able to see that. All right. So, I think you had the power of the radio ambulance number, and you grabbed it right after I did come in. Yes. Yeah, no, you're right. I did. Okay, so I have the keys. Hey, McBluff, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So, there are walkers abound. I have a set of ambulance keys. We now need to make it to the ambulance. As I start to make my way into that area, we're going to try and move quietly. So, 4 wits. No, sorry. 3 agility. 2 stealth. I'm going to have powers help me, which is 1. But I have a cracked kneecap, which is a -3. So, I got 3 on my stealth. As we look for the ambulance. No successes. I'm going to use some of these rerolls. Maybe 2 of the rerolls to begin with. Nice. Okay, 1 success. Making our way through and weaving between the cars. Eventually we come to the ambulance. We look at the number marked on the key, and we look at the number marked on the ambulance and find the right one. We quickly open it up and make our way in. The back is filled with medical supplies. We quickly load up the food, secure it downwards. Okay. Now the garage itself, when we came here last, was still open. Hopefully it still is. Once we start the car, we need to get moving. Powers, you've got your cricket bat, I think. Let me just check on Powers' stats. Yep, there we go. So Powers still has his cricket bat, and I still have my sword. All right, we're gonna lean out the window, and if things start to cling to the car, we're gonna start cutting them loose. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No worries. I've got your back, man. All right, Sophie, if you're good to drive, let's get going. She turns the keys, and we start moving. The car breathes to life, and the ambulance starts to lurch forward. The zombies turn their attention, and as this happens, we start to charge forward. As we do, we drive past a few of the zombies. Powers and myself clipping them off to the side, trying to get them off the car as we veer around the underground car park. Eventually coming to the ramp and zooming upwards and out into the open air. The fresh air is delightful, and the sunny day basks our skin in a glowing, warm, comforting light. The zombies turn their attention to us and begin to charge in our direction. Unable to keep up with the speed of the ambulance, we are able to move in and around. Weirdly enough, Sophie, our newest member, is actually a freaking savant at driving and moves weaving left, right, up and down and avoids the zombies entirely. It actually feels safer to be inside, buckled in, than it does to actually fight and keep the zombies off. As she makes her way through the car park, eventually, I need chat to roll me some D6s. Exclamation D6 as we are making our way towards the hotel. All right, we get a 4, a 1 from Just Otherness. Oh, another 1 from Cross the Streams. The ones have it at the moment. I'll roll 1 as well, just to see if I can help out a little bit. It's 2. I didn't help out. It doesn't help out nothing. All right. So, as we veer around and make our way towards the hotel, we can see that there is a large bus, one of the escapee buses. And as this happens, we notice that there are a bunch of zombies that are still trapped inside. A bunch of survivors who did not get off the bus before they were killed and transformed into zombies. There are a few buses. Some of them are empty, but this one takes my notice in particular. Also, hey, Froghemoth, what's up, dude? As we are making our way towards the hotel, I cast my eyes into the evacuation bus. I can't see her. I can't see Susan there. But I have to know. I have to know. I tell them, keep going. What do you mean keep going? No, what do you mean? I got the wrong exit here. Let me try again. Yeah, what do you mean keep going, dude? Dude, no, don't even think about it, man. What do you mean? Yeah, you watch as Sophie starts to slow down enough as I then tumble out of the car, rolling out of the ambulance. Agility, mobility, and unfortunately, 3 off from my cracked knee. I have 2 dice to roll here. Oh, Mexican rice sounds fucking amazing right now. Little, like, bits of, like, pickled jalapenos and stuff like that. And some salsa. Ooh. All right, 1 success. So, I open the door and I roll outwards. As I do so, I sort of scrape my arm a little bit. You know, I'm trying to, like, sort of catch myself as best I can as the ambulance keeps going. You watch as it slows down and almost stops, but I just keep waving them on. Sophie continues onwards. The zombies are a little bit further away. They are over by the hospital, and they're starting to make their way towards me quite quickly. And as they do so, the zombies in the bus they haven't taken notice of me, but they are agitated, moving. Oh man, that sounds freaking delicious, dude. I am very jealous, very, very envious. The bus filled with survivors, boom, 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 starts banging on the windows. I'm gonna make my way over, and I'm gonna try to climb onto the roof. So, again, agility and mobility. I only rolled 2 dice on this one. No successes. I'm unable to get onto the roof. I need to get onto that roof. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to do the reroll. Otherwise, I'm just going to be running around and making the same rolls anyway. All right, 2 rerolls. Let's do it. Okay, I try to climb onto the roof. All right, 1 success. So, with 1 success, I at first try to reach up and grab onto the roof. It's too high, and I can't jump on my knee. I look around, and I can see that there is a couple of shopping trolleys that are there, and I quickly move them off to the side and start stacking them on each other, one after the other. I begin to climb up. It is rickety, it is shaky, but I managed to get my hand onto the roof of the bus, and as the zombie horde, well not horde, but like, you know, the small troop of zombies arrive, I roll onto the bus, and let's see if they notice me up here. So, 3 agility, 2 for my stealth, and a cracked kneecap isn't actually going to stop me from stealthing, especially while I'm staying still here. So I'm going to use that. Okay. 1 success. Ladies and gentlemen, is 1 success enough for me to hide by rolling onto the roof of the bus to not be noticed by the zombies chasing the ambulance? Yes or no? Do I manage? Schoolie says yes. Rockhemoth says yes. Yep, zombies are dumb. Okay. Seems like yeses are taking it. Yep, alright. I breathe deep. And I hold my breath. I hear the sounds of footsteps moving past me. Most of them have gone. There are, as Just Otherness says, a couple of stragglers who didn't keep up, but the ambulance continues onwards. Alright. Now, the top of the buses here in Australia have a escape hatch at the top, so that people, if in the event of a tip over or whatever, can evacuate. I'm going to go over to that door on the roof, and I'm going to activate the emergency lock and pull it off the roof. Inside, there is over a dozen zombies. And as I begin my search to see if among these bodies, one of them might be my beloved partner, that is where we will end today's session. Height of excitement as I might be finding a truth, a grim truth about my partner. Or perhaps just wasting my time and having to now escape the onslaught of zombies. Whatever the case is, We will be back next week to continue our adventures of DAG versus The Walking Dead. All right, well, that's not the right one. Hold on one moment. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a wild ride, a very exciting session today. We have met Sophie, our trainee pilot, who we haven't learned is a pilot just yet. But she's a really good driver, and she's definitely a reliable person. We had a very touching scene with Sophie saying farewell to her grandfather, then having her grandfather wake up in the middle of the night. That cracked knee attack is definitely going to hurt for a little while. Which, yeah, that is definitely going to just cause a lot of pain. -3 to my physical checks is not going to be an easy thing to overcome. And you know what? If I could hide out in the hotel, that'd be great. But there is way too many people there, and we don't have enough supplies. Even among us, we ended up with like, what's it, like 68, 69 supplies of things. This is days of people, right? So that means there are 60. That means we can potentially look after 69 people for one day. We're going to find out how many people are in the Haven at the hospital. And keeping in mind, we also need to feed not only Powers, me, Sophie, but also the dogs. So we will need to do food runs. We will need to keep things going. And we'll have to find out if we can keep that up. But yeah. And of course, a big shout out and thank you to Schooly Eye who donated for Sophie. I hope chat enjoyed it as much as I know I did. We do have an airport to hide in as well. Yes, and the airport does have a lot more food and stuff. So we could go hide in the airport. But lots of stuff to happen, lots of stuff to do. But my name's Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Ugh. It is bright and early in the morning here in Perth, Western Australia. And if you want to check out all of my cool stuff, go watch me. Go see all the cool things that I do. Follow me because it's free. And what are we doing next? Next up, we have Monday, Curse of the Crimson Throne. If you want to check out our schedule, boom, there it is. On the chatty chats, where we do a ton of really, really cool, fun, and amazing things for you guys to enjoy. I will also be doing some special guest stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that. And Dragon Kitchen for Halloween is also in the works as well. So get excited, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to see something really cool as well, go check out our Spotify show that we have done with One Shot Questers. Boom, let me pull this up here. As we did Monsters in the Mist, a brand new series which has been absolutely freaking amazing on One Shot campaigns. There we go. Boom and boom. There it is. So yeah, go check that out. Give it a download because those always make a massive difference in determining whether or not we continue doing shows like that. But Monsters in the Mist is a modern day adventure in which a group of heroes bestowed magic powers have to go and put the monsters from the monster manual back into the monster manual itself. So yeah. The recent short they added hooked me into it today. Nice. Glad you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. I'm always very, very big on learning what people think about my shows and stuff like that. And if you want to send your feedback, Discord. That's where you can go check me out. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. We hope you stay safe. Hope you stay wonderful. Be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. Let's see. Do we have anyone to raid? Ooh, the Mortuary's Assistant. It's a game that I loved watching other people play, but not something I could play myself. Let's go and raid. Critical Dice. They are doing some PvP stuff over on their channel. And we are going to go and offer some support because our dear friends, Sir Pfeffer, and Wes from Arcane Anthems, as well as Cole and I don't know who the other person is. I can barely see them, but they're currently doing a PvP game, so we're going to go and send some love their way. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for being a part of the show, and until we meet again, as always, from me to you. Game hard, or die trying. Good night, folks.